Hi and welcome to a Kirby Maths video on how to find the area of a rectangle. We are going to start off with drawing a rectangle, and this rectangle is 12 centimetres by 4 centimetres, and we know on a rectangle it's got 4 right angles and opposite sides are equal, so 12 centimetres and 4 centimetres. Now, when we're finding the area of a rectangle, we need to multiply two of the sides together, the length of the rectangle times the width of the rectangle. And we only need to use 2 out of these 4 numbers. And sometimes on a diagram, all 4 numbers will be there, but you don't have to use all of them. Okay, so the area is equal to the length times the width. And sometimes it's helpful if you're not going to use those that you cross out the lengths that you're not going to use, so you don't think that you need to include them in your calculation. Substitute our numbers in, so we're going to say 12 times 4. Do that calculation, which is 48, and the units are centimetres squared. And if the length had been in metres, it would be metres squared, or if it had been in millimetres, it would be millimetres squared. It's always something squared with the units. So that's a pretty straightforward rectangle that's got whole numbers as the side lengths. If we have a look at this rectangle, it's a rectangle that's on its side, but still a rectangle. This time it is 12.2 metres long and 8.6 metres wide. And if we're asked to find the area of this rectangle, we again write out area is equal to length times width. You must, when you're doing these questions, show your workings, because there is a mark for this first line of workings where we put the numbers in. So 12.2 times 8.6. Remember, only 2 numbers, and it doesn't matter if you get them the other way round, because when you're multiplying 2 numbers together, the order doesn't matter. So if it's the other way round, it will still give you the right answer. Put this into your calculator, and the answer comes out to be 104.92, and this time the units were metres, so it's going to be metres squared. And finally, sometimes you're given the area and you're asked to work out a missing length on the rectangle. So let's have a look at this. Here we've got a rectangle with a side length we're going to call x along the top and 5.3 centimetres here. We're told that the area of this rectangle is equal to 48.76 centimetres squared. So we know that the area of a rectangle is found by multiplying this side length by this side length. So we write down what we know with the numbers we have been given. The area is equal to the length times the width. So that means that 48.76 is equal to x, the length we don't know, times by 5.3. Now we want to do something to try and find out what x is. So the opposite of times by 5.3 is divide by 5.3. So if we divide by 5.3, and in our calculator we put in 48.76 divided by 5.3, that is going to give us a value for x. And in this case, if we put that into our calculator, x would be equal to 9.2 centimetres. And this time the units aren't squared because it's a length that we have found out. Thanks for watching.